Welcome back. This video is about the second most important thing that I can think of in the respiration topic, and it's the mitochondria. Mitochondria. We're so tired of listening about mitochondria, but this is actually important because I cannot remember one test that I have had to grade or I have get in contact with without this topic, mitochondria. Three things you need to remember for your exams, very important things. First, origin of mitochondria. Mitochondria are not originally from our bodies, and they are not even originally from our cells. This is something linked with the theory of endosymbiosis. What is endosymbiosis? Millions of years ago, there was this little organism that was able to synthesize sugar and transform it into ATP and provided carbon dioxide and whatever. So this bigger organism probably realized, probably just by accident, most certainly by accident, this engulfed this small organism, and they start a beautiful relationship that has lasted for millions of years now, and this beautiful organism has now a mitochondria inside. The bigger organism, the cell, provides all the nutrients, all the raw materials for this little organism, the mitochondria, to process them and provide with ATP and with carbon dioxide and water this bigger organism. So, beautiful relationship, so remember that. The first part you need to remember is the origin of mitochondria. You're going to get asked about it, and that's why, in fact, this is important. Not only the questions that relate to the origin of mitochondria come to the size of mitochondria and the size of the ribosomes of mitochondria. Mitochondria have smaller ribosomes than cellular ribosomes, like endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes. So, geneticists and scientists that have studied this, they concluded that they are more related to bacterial ribosomes because of the size, 70S, than of the superior animals and superior organisms, sorry, not animals, superior organisms, which is the size is 80S. So, remember, mitochondria have very small ribosomes, 70S, while eukaryotic cells have 80S. So, this is closer in size to bacterial ribosomes. That's why scientists actually discovered that these don't belong to our organism. Second thing, they don't have our DNA. They have their own DNA, and that's called mitochondrial DNA. The second part that you need to remember about mitochondria, is the function of the mitochondria. Mitochondria are the parts of the cell that process energy. They are the part of the cell that process ATP. They build the molecules of ATP with ATP synthesis. We have the diagram on my back, this one here, that's the electron chain, transport chain. It happens in the mitochondria, in the matrix and the crystal of the mitochondria. Also, Krebs cycles happens inside mitochondria, so that's very important. The structure of mitochondria is important in the way that it provides you the idea of how it works. Mitochondria, they have double layer. They have a double layer that's very important. This double layer, right, as you can see it behind, this double layer allows electrons, the hydrogen, to go in and out by using complex molecules that we have. We have complex 1 to 4 and complex 5, which is actually not complex 5 per se. It's called ATP synthesis. But remember that. So we have 5 complexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one here, ATP synthesis, which is not a real one. If you notice, all of these, 1, 2, 3, and 4, pull out hydrogen, while 5 pulls in hydrogen and assembles ATP. You have ADP plus P, you get one of these electrons here, add it, and then you build ATP, which is the big one, plus water. We'll get to this structure later, so just relax about it. Also, you have, in the mitochondria, you have two very distinctive parts, which are the matrix, which is the interior, the liquid interior of the mitochondria, and the cristae. Also, you can say crestae. Also, you can say cresta in Spanish and in Latin, because in Spanish, cresta is this. And why is this important? Because this increases the surface area of mitochondria, and you already know why this is so important. So, my friends, those three things are the ones that you need to remember when we talk about mitochondria. The origin of mitochondria, the structure of the mitochondria, and the function of mitochondria. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.